Get ready to explore the spine-chilling corners of America, where darkness lingers, and the veil between our world and the next wears thin. From abandoned prisons to infamous murder houses, we're diving headfirst into the heart of the paranormal. These are the top 10 most haunted places in the USA, locations where the echoes of tragedy and terror still resonate. Brace yourselves as we uncover the bone-chilling stories, unexplained phenomena, and the tormented souls that haunt these grounds. Are you ready to face the unknown? Because we're about to step into a world where fear reigns supreme. This place, it's got a heavy energy. You can feel it the second you step on the grounds. Eastern State Penitentiary, once home to some of America's most notorious criminals, now houses something far more sinister. The air is thick with the despair of the souls trapped within these crumbling walls. Shadowy figures lurk in the cell blocks, footsteps echo through the empty corridors. We've investigated this place, and let me tell you, the EVPs we captured, the disembodied voices, the cold spots, it's enough to make your hair stand on end. They say solitary confinement drove inmates mad, some even died here, their energy eternally bound to this place. This is more than just an old prison, it's a breeding ground for paranormal activity. The stories of guards hearing whispers, of cell doors slamming shut on their own, they aren't just ghost stories, they're a terrifying reality. You can feel the weight of their torment, the echoes of their pain. It's enough to make you question everything you thought you knew about life and death. The iconic Stanley Hotel, nestled high in the Colorado Rockies. This is where Stephen King wrote The Shining, and trust me, standing in those halls you can see why. This grand old hotel has seen it all. Love, loss, and a whole lot of paranormal activity. Guests report seeing children playing in the corridors, hearing phantom piano music echoing from the ballroom. Room 217, that's the one that really gets to me. It's where King himself experienced the unexplained, the inspiration for his chilling tale. People claim to feel an oppressive presence, a coldness that chills you to the bone. The energy here is palpable, a constant hum of supernatural activity. Unexplained drafts, lights flickering, it's like the hotel itself is alive. The stories of former staff encountering apparitions, full-bodied figures appearing and disappearing. They're more than just local legends, they're a terrifying reality. If these walls could talk, they wouldn't just whisper, they'd scream with the untold stories of the spirits that roam these hallowed halls. This is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a place where hope went to die. A tuberculosis sanatorium where thousands succumbed to a painful death. The energy here is heavy, oppressive. You can feel the sorrow, the despair clinging to every inch of this place. They say the spirits of the patients still wander these halls, searching for peace they never found in life. Shadowy figures, disembodied voices, and the chilling sound of coughing echoing through the empty wards. We've investigated this place, and the evidence we captured here was some of the most disturbing I've ever seen. The feeling of being watched, of unseen hands brushing past you, it's enough to make even the biggest skeptic question their sanity. Room 502, that's where it gets really intense. A nurse driven to despair took her own life, and they say her tormented soul still haunts this room. Waverly Hills, a stark reminder that some wounds even death can't heal. The spirits here are trapped, their pain, their fear, it's a tangible presence. Chapter 4, The Myrtles Plantation, where tragedy never dies. This is the Myrtles Plantation, a beautiful antebellum mansion with a dark and twisted history. Slavery, murder, and unexplained phenomena, this place has it all. They say at least 10 murders have happened within these walls, and the spirits of the victims refuse to rest. Footsteps on the stairs, children's laughter echoing from empty rooms, the feeling of being watched, it's enough to send chills down your spine. One of the most well-known spirits here is Chloe, a slave who was brutally murdered. Her image has been captured in photographs, her presence felt throughout the house. But Chloe's not alone. There are stories of a young girl who plays tricks on visitors, a former owner who's said to still roam the grounds. The energy here is undeniable, a swirling vortex of tragedy and despair. The Myrtles Plantation, a place where the past refuses to stay buried, and the spirits of the dead still walk among the living. Chapter 5. The Queen Mary, a ghost ship adrift in time. The Queen Mary, once a luxurious ocean liner, now a floating museum docked in Long Beach, California. But beneath its glamorous facade lies a treasure trove of haunted history. This ship has seen it all. Joyous reunions, tearful goodbyes, and tragic deaths. that have left an indelible mark on its soul. They say the spirits of those who perished on board still roam the decks, trapped between this world and the next. People have reported seeing apparitions of crew members in the engine room, hearing the laughter of children playing by the pool, even feeling the touch of unseen hands. One of the most haunted areas is said to be Stateroom B 340. Guests have reported being woken up in the middle of the night by an unseen presence, the sheets ripped from their beds. The energy on this ship is palpable, a constant hum of activity that sends shivers down your spine. The Queen Mary, a majestic vessel forever bound to the spirits that call her home. Chapter 6. The Winchester Mystery House. Trapped in a labyrinth of fear. This is the Winchester Mystery House, a sprawling mansion in San Jose, California. Built by Sarah Winchester, the heiress to the Winchester rifle fortune, this house is a testament to one woman's descent into madness and fear. Driven by guilt over the lives taken by the Winchester rifle, Sarah Winchester dedicated her life to building a house that would appease the spirits. The result is a bizarre architectural wonder filled with dead ends, staircases leading nowhere, and doors that open into walls. But is it just architectural whimsy, or is there something more sinister at play? People have reported seeing Sarah's ghost wandering the halls, doors slamming shut on their own, and a feeling of being watched that never goes away. The energy here is chaotic, unpredictable, like the house itself is alive, constantly shifting and changing. There are stories of cold spots, disembodied voices, and even full-bodied apparitions. The Winchester Mystery House, a place where logic and reason cease to exist, and the veil between our world and the next is stretched thin. Chapter 7. The Amityville House, where horror found a home. This unassuming house in Amityville, New York, holds a dark and terrifying secret. It was here, in 1974, that one of the most horrific mass murders in American history took place. 6 members of the DeFeo family were brutally murdered in their sleep, and the house has been plagued by paranormal activity ever since. The Lutz family, who moved in shortly after the murders, fled in terror after just 28 days, claiming to have been tormented by unseen forces. Cold spots, foul odors, and disembodied voices, these are just a few of the unexplained phenomena that have been reported at 112 Ocean Avenue. People have described feeling an oppressive presence, a sense of dread that washes over them the moment they step foot on the property. The story of the Amityville horror has become a legend, a cautionary tale of a house possessed by evil. Whether you believe the stories or not, there's no denying that something dark and sinister happened within these walls. Chapter 8. The Bell Witch Cave, Terror in the Darkness. Deep in the heart of Adams, Tennessee lies a cave shrouded in darkness and fear. This is the Bell Witch Cave, and it's said to be haunted by one of the most vengeful spirits in American history, the Bell Witch. Legend has it that the Bell Witch tormented the Bell family in the early 1800s, causing physical harm, illness, and even death. The entity, said to be the spirit of a woman named Kate Batts, who believed John Bell cheated her out of land, was relentless in her attacks. Visitors to the cave have reported hearing disembodied voices, feeling cold spots, and even being physically touched by unseen hands. The air inside the cave is thick with a palpable sense of dread, a feeling that you're not alone. The Bell Witch is a terrifying reminder that some spirits linger long after death, their rage and anger echoing through the ages. Chapter 9. The Lizzie Borden House, an axe to grind. Fall River, Massachusetts, a town forever marked by a gruesome crime. This is the Lizzie Borden House, the site of one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in American history. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were found brutally murdered in their home. Their daughter Lizzie was the prime suspect, but she was acquitted at trial. To this day the question remains, did Lizzie Borden kill her parents? The house itself seems to hold the answer, its walls whispering tales of that fateful day. Visitors have reported seeing apparitions of Andrew and Abby, hearing footsteps on the stairs, and feeling an oppressive presence in the rooms where the murders took place. The Lizzie Borden House, a chilling reminder that some crimes are never truly solved, and the spirits of the victims may walk the earth forever seeking justice. Chapter 10. The Villisca Axe Murder House. Bloodstains on the Walls of Time. This unassuming house in Villisca, Iowa holds a dark secret. In 1912, an entire family along with 2 young guests, was brutally murdered in their sleep. The killer was never caught, and the house has remained a hotbed of paranormal activity ever since. Visitors have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, hearing children's voices, and even seeing apparitions of the victims. The Villisca Axe murder house is not for the faint of heart. The energy inside is heavy, oppressive, like the weight of the tragedy is still pressing down on the house. It's a stark reminder of the brutality that humanity is capable of and the lingering echoes of violence that can haunt a place for decades. The Villisca Axe murder house, a place frozen in time, a macabre monument to a horrific crime that continues to fascinate and terrify. Outro, dare you enter the haunted realm? So there you have it, the top 10 most haunted places in the USA. Places where the veil between our world and the next is thin, where the spirits of the dead walk among us. Do you dare to visit any of these haunted places? Let us know in the comments which one you find the scariest. And remember, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create ourselves. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more spine-tingling content.